Published. Yeah, psychedelic. What's up, Sam Adams? How you doing? Good, good. What are you talking about, Citizen M? What are you talking about?
Patrick Bateman, DV, Karmic's Wasted Youth, Sure Not 666, like all the big names.
I mean, I don't have any.
And Karmic, she spent what, like 2 weeks with the guy? So the obvious question is, Gilly has no insight into Karmic. She spent what, like 2 weeks with the guy between Minnesota and then when he went to her house, and she has no more insight than this clown on the right and this clown on the left, who's only been live for what, 15 minutes, but he's got to eat. Then he's got to go to bed, even though he ended up doing another fucking 3 or 4 hours. I mean, and he's already drunk.
There's definitely things I don't know.
How come you guys don't beef on screen?
We've never been able to stream with him. We tried to get him on Mirror Musk a few times, and he's like very against it, and he never has people on his show, so and we're not. MKE goes on MLC with him all the time. So
wait. First time I met Karmix, we got along great. I liked him. I rooted for him. I rooted for you both. But then he started calling me a stalker, and it's like, wait, what the fuck? And things definitely fell south from there. It's like,
I do have to ask because, you know, and I don't have.
He was pissed.
Ever. Obviously.
You've been in the game, MKE, for a minute, and you've been balling.
Does this guy always talking cliche? Oh, this is one of the saddest things I've ever seen. I mean, this guy's an absolute fucking clown. You've been in the game for a minute. Oh, this is one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Seriously, I was watching this during the lightning strike break during the football game, and I was like, how do these people find each other? That is one of the modern miracles of science.
Yeah,
I thought,
you're
like,
absolutely correct.
When you guys were both coming up, I mean, you've been in the game, MKE, for a minute, and you've been balling out in the streaming game for a minute, making your name. But when Karmic's in the
word, laughing, Mr. Color, he's like, I am.
He's to you, MKE.
He literally was talking to Mr. Color,
kind of how you remember.
Well,
Answer that question.
because
what did he tell Stuttering John?
I don't even know where to start.
watches
That's
all
the
this
thing.
shit.
I don't know where to start. Maybe I should have taken notes.
I can't
That'd
wait
make
to
me more of a professional if I had taken notes. Maybe I should take
a
notes.
little bit how the convo from. She's been.
I can't do this. I can't
Yeah,
do this. Can't do this one. Can't do that. I can't
again,
watch this.
Sorcerer, you explain it.
Can't
'cause
watch this one because I had to fast forward. Yeah, I don't think I can watch any of these because I don't want to have any other show on there. I don't really like this shit because it's like it just reminds me of like living at home with my parents, where they just spout a bunch of bullshit, and you have to be like, no, that's not how it happened, and that's not how it is, because they're also emotionally immature people.
Just send that. Probably your TC all guy. He knew. He made just. You're doing a work and I'm from I
fucking
member. And then in 17 minutes. Was this guy such a? Oh my god!
There we go.
I'm gonna end this.
It'll
in
be
17
soon,
minutes,
and then I'll have to switch over to the Patreon.
Didn't I call this happening? Something like Chaz Redemption arc will look like a soft landing compared to the Felicia and Karmic fallout.
All right, so let's address that first. What fucking fallout? So if I don't answer a question because somebody is demanding that I answer a question that there is already an answer to, this means that I said the opposite, which is what everybody kept saying. She broke up with him on air. She said they weren't dating. Literally, just like you fill in the blanks and invent your own shit just because there's silence that you're uncomfortable with. I mean, do you see how these little things start and then they snowball into this area where they're completely detached from reality, which is exactly what's happening. And that is the narrative. So let me explain the narrative, which is the perfect word to describe the narrative. It's not reality. It's a narrative. And yes, the source is Pat Dixon. Here's the timeline. Anybody can look it up. Pat Dixon got his YouTube channel back. He didn't talk about me for 3 months. Once I started dating Karmic or meeting up with him, that's when he started talking about me and him, and he hasn't stopped since then. Go back, if anybody wants to, compare the amount of time that I spoke about him and the amount of time that he's speaking about me now. I thought there was an unspoken mutual agreement, but no, somebody's pissed. Somebody has a miserable shit existence. They wake up in a shit town, in a shithole apartment with a shit bitch, and they want to take it out on me. Looks like you have the ability to not speak about me. How about you just do that? Why don't you just continue doing that? Oh, because you have nothing else to say. You have nothing else to bring to the fucking table because your brain is rotted. It's rotted. There's no creativity left. So all you got to do is do what you've been doing your entire life, being a delusional disorder drug addict who has to invent shit to justify the shit that he does and try to make it look like he didn't do anything wrong. That's exactly the root of all of this. Exactly. I'm not the first person he's done it to, but I'm the latest person he's done it to. And then he just adds a couple more people. But people don't understand. They forget about that shit because I don't know what it is. Maybe they don't see everything happening. I can understand that. But it's like the people commenting on all of this shit, they do see a lot of it. And they can't think for themselves. So I don't know what's going on here with Kevin Brennan acting like, none of you guys have credibility anymore. Well, just yesterday you said, and now today you're saying, so where's your fucking credibility? Where's it going? Did you run out? Like, what's happening? Are you going with the flow now? Oh, you're just going to jump into the narrative, right? Because that's the unpredictable entertainer that you are. I'm just going to go with the narrative because that's starting to make sense. How? Let's break it down. He lost his YouTube channel. Told everybody it was because of me, of course. I mean, this is ridiculous how this is the person who doesn't have any credibility that we've been watching. Where's everybody's memory? Is every fan in here a fucking drug addict who can't remember shit? Are they stupid? Here's the thing. When I go on a show like, I guess when I went on this Mr. Kill Everything stream, which I guess was a mistake, right? That's what I'm sticking it to Karmic by even doing the show. These are real. These are real. Like any of the shit that's going on right now is more real than the shit that I went through with this other guy, right? The fact that somebody called somebody this and the other one said they didn't say it and now they want to fight on camera. Okay, yeah, let's pretend like that's a real thing. Whenever I've been to court in front of a judge and there are police, let's pretend like this shit is real, but my shit isn't. Okay, let's do that. So if I go on a show with somebody who said something about somebody once and the other person didn't like it, then I'm sticking it to somebody, right? That's a betrayal. Okay. So now I have to get back on track and remember where I was. The timeline is he lost his channel. He blamed it on me. Yes, that's where I was. There's so many inconsistencies in the story that are like blatantly obvious. This is a guy who's getting something on stream, whether it's drunk, whether it's high, people can, figure out what it is. And I'm talking about Pat Dixon. It's like we all witnessed the last year and a half, or the last year and a half. People before he was on MLC witnessed him before at Compound popping pills on air. It's right there. I mean, you can see it. So many times it happened right in front of Anthony Cumia. Doing a show with Anthony Cumia, popping a fucking pill. It's what the desk was like green felt, right? I think it was a green felt desk. Adderall is orange. The only reason I know that is because I dated a drug addict. Yeah, that's my fault. Sorry about it, but this is how I know this. So an orange pill stands out pretty good on a green felt desk. It's also a person who, like, you're doing maybe 2 hours on at Compound Media a day or something. Maybe you do 2 shows, that's 4 hours. You got to pop the pill on the air. You can't take. It's like, no, it's not because that's the time that he took it. It's because he was constantly taking it. Other people who work there, other professionals, other people who do have credibility, they all saw this shit and they enabled it too. People gave him pills while he worked there. People in the comedy community gave him pills. He got paid to do shows in pills. I saw it happen. So why, you know what I mean? Everybody was a part of it. Everybody was a part of enabling the bullshit. That's what happens in society. People enable a shit when they think that somebody has some perceived amount of power and they don't want to get in trouble and they don't want to cause any problems with their coworkers. They're just going to fall in line. And maybe they're drug addicts too and they want to help out. They're on a team. It's a family, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't a part of that team or family, and so it was like I was my mistake for dating somebody in that position. And but guess what? I took accountability for it, and I apologized to the people I needed to apologize to. I forgave myself for making the wrong decision. But anyway, this guy, even before that, didn't have credibility, right? Because he's got a track record. I don't. Show me my fucking track record. What is it? A bunch of bullshit that you pull from the internet that you clip out of context and rearrange in a certain way to make it look a certain way? That's what a narrative is. So no, I'm not suspicious by saying there's a narrative. I'm not the suspicious one by basically calling it out for what it is. I'm the accurate one. But nobody wants to believe that. Nobody. It's no. And you know why? Because I don't know why. But I think that part of it is we have to also understand the demographic here, right? Here's the thing. So when I do a show, okay, let me finish because I'm disorganized thinking right now. Am I on Adderall? No. But here's the thing. He gets his YouTube channel back. He's afraid. He's afraid he's going to lose it again because that's a source of income, so he doesn't talk about me. And he's got Taz in the chat telling people, don't talk about her. Don't talk about Gino. This went on for 3 months, right? How many comments did I make about him in those 3 months? Life was good. I didn't care. I thought there was an unspoken mutual agreement like, oh, he's done now. This is fantastic. I'll be done now too. But you know, then you move on and somebody gets pissed that you move on because the bitch that they're dating is a piece of shit. It doesn't challenge them whatsoever. And they get bored with that. They're also ugly as fuck. And they're like, what am I doing with my life? I'm not happy with the person I moved on with. She looks happy. Fuck this. I'm going to bring hell to her world like it's affecting me at all. The only way it's affecting me is that people just believe a certain thing about me. And what is that? That I'm a psycho? That's like, okay, you're not a judge. You're not a lawyer. You're not a police officer. I'm not doing anything illegal. How can you hold me accountable for being a psycho? What more can you do other than invent lies? That's it. That's all you fucking have. That's the only power. The only weapon you have is your platform and the dumb ass people who are believing the shit you say. That is it. Other than that, you're powerless, including in your own life, which is why you're doing this. You have no control over where your life is going. None. I've lived with you. You can barely fucking function. So you think you can get on camera for 2 hours or 4 hours or sometimes 8 hours because you're Adderall out of your mind. And you think you can just like show people how you really are as a person. That's not how it works. You can convince them. That's fine. You convinced me. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with intelligence. It has nothing to do with intelligence. It has to do with vulnerability. You're not going to affect these people's lives personally because you're not around them. But I witnessed it. And there are so many other people who have witnessed it. So many other people who know exactly who the fuck you are. So many. And guess what? All of those people are valid and they matter. And they're actually people who are in comedy still, unlike you. And they're people who are podcasters, still doing things, working with other professionals, unlike you. So you have nobody to talk to other than literal strangers online who can't investigate for themselves and see who you are. If they wanted to, they could go back and watch every single fucking show you've done. And they'd be like, after about, I would think 20, 25, for me, it's like 5 episodes. But after like all that time, they could start being like, wow, this person doesn't look good. They don't look well. They don't look healthy. Oh, they made a contradiction here. Oh, they said this, but then the other night they said this. And it's like really big shit too. Like, you know, it's like anyway, the stuff is out there. So I start dating somebody or start talking to somebody or seeing somebody. And he decides he's going to take it personally. And then he says he has insight into the situation. Think about how fucking retarded that is. I have insight into this situation. How? You don't know my dynamic with this new guy. You have no idea. You have no fucking idea. None. You're not an expert. You have no proof. You have no evidence. All you're doing is what you've done your entire life. And it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out because you cannot, as you have discovered over and over and over again, but you still can't get through your thick fucking stupid head. You cannot twist the fabric of reality. You can't do it. It's impossible. That is not the way reality operates. You can't twist the fabric of reality and not expect it to snap back in your face. I don't know when that's coming. I don't know in what way it's coming. I don't know what form it's coming. But there isn't anything that's going to snap back in my face because the things you're saying about me are not true. They're not accurate. They're made up. So what's going to be snapping back is going to be snapping back in your face. And the harder you twist that reality, the harder the fucking backlash when it snaps back and corrects itself. This is a guy who thought it was okay to hit another man who was not a physical threat to him and not in self-defense whatsoever. So the reality comes that you go to jail for 6 hours and then you got to go to court once a month for a year, right? But he's not living in that reality and he can't learn from the fucking mistakes because people on substances aren't there. They're not present. They're running because they're cowards who can't face their own demons. This is never going to change. Never. Never, ever, ever. It doesn't matter how many people you convince of your narrative. It does not make it true. It just doesn't. It doesn't make it reality. You can't control reality in that way. But addicts think they can. I'm very familiar with how addiction works and how addicts work, and they think they can. And sometimes they do, but it's not for very long. So if anybody wants to go clip however many times I said this man's name in the 3 months that he had his YouTube channel back, clip out, get a length of time that I spoke about him. Get a length of time he's spoken about me. Stack it up, weigh it, and look at the fucking facts. But the problem is there's like so many more deeper issues going on here. And that's the thing is like people just want to brush me off because maybe I'm not the most articulate. I'm not. That's why I like stand-up comedy because I get to write things. It's pre-written. You know, I don't really do that much crowd work. I'm not doing shit on the fly. So I like crafting jokes. There's a lot of writing involved with that, editing, crafting, right? This shit, I don't like it. I don't like it because I'm pretty shy person, to be honest. I'm a pretty shy person in real life. Nobody who's abusive dates some kind of like raging cunt because they can't get away with it. They go for weaker people. So if I'm a shy, meek person in life, which I kind of am, that's perfect. It's a perfect mark for an abuser. Look who he's with now. Is that a raging cunt? No. But if anything happens, she'll be the next raging cunt in the narrative. So I'm trying to get on track with what I was saying in my timeline because I didn't write any of this. If I would have written it down and structured it, I'm just like, why am I okay? No, I'm not suspicious by using the word narrative. There's nothing suspect about that. And the thing is, here's the tactic. Dumb people think that because they talk over somebody, that means that they won. And other dumb people think that means that they won as well. So if you're loud with a dumbass take, that means you owned somebody. That's really stupid. That's not how that works either. What am I going to do? Start raising my voice to this dumbass I'm on a stream with? And the reason I stayed on, I didn't know J-Mo was coming on. I didn't know the name of the show. What happened was I had sent MKE the link to my stream a couple nights ago, and he couldn't make it. So I figured he sent me the link like in return as like, oh, hey, we didn't get to chat then. Let's chat now. That's what I thought was going on. So that's why I jumped on. I didn't check out the show beforehand. I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought it was literally just going to be me and him. So once I jump on and I see Chow, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm cool with Chow. There's nothing weird. We don't have any weirdness. I don't know. I think he might be slightly better than the people he's hanging around. But hey, people are tribal, right? They feel a need to get acceptance from people who they really shouldn't be trying to get acceptance from because I guess that's all the better they can do at the time. I've been there, so I know. So I jump on with Chow, and yeah, so then it's like I didn't know they were stream sniping. But let's say I do know all that and I jump on. What's the big fucking deal? How is that me making somebody else look bad? When there's not even a thing there. These people just literally watch Karmic's clips and dissect them and make fun of them. That's it. There's no actual real like deep-rooted hatred going on. It's all just this gossipy TMZ bullshit that everybody else is doing. That's it. It's like this deep. So for me to do that, that's supposed to be some huge betrayal to him and I'm clowning him? It doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And also, we haven't been together for 5 years or 10 years either. So like, what's going on here? If there's a boundary there, all he's got to do is let me know and then set the boundary and then I'll abide by the boundary. That's it. He's never told me don't go on any other shows like the other motherfucker who's controlling. Never. And that's pretty fantastic for me, to be honest with you, because I would like to do whatever I want in that way. Works out great to not be with someone who's possessive and doesn't want to see you do well. And I'm not saying doing Mr. Kill Everything stream is going to make me do well, but I mean, these are open mics, Kevin. Like, no shit, it's not going to help my channel. No shit, it's not. But guess what it does help me do? It helps me figure out how to become more articulate in the way that I want to be in front of dumbasses. While dumbasses are aggressively attacking me and thinking they're owning me, okay? So let me do some open mics in that arena, right? Because it's only going to get worse, isn't it? You're only gonna have to battle more articulate people who have better points of view and better logic. So let me just open mic it with these fucking idiots. And guess what? I had people who messaged me after the show telling me the way you played it was correct because they got it, because I was committed to playing to the top of the intelligence of the room. And they were trying to play to the lowest common denominator. It's apples and oranges. So my goals on a stream like that are different from those other people's goals on a stream like that. I don't know these guys. I'm not going to raise my voice at them. I don't have any reason to do that. There's like, they haven't done anything that would make me hate them, apparently as much as they hate me. They have such a preconceived notion of me, which, by the way, it's not even their own original take. That's why it's the narrative. They don't really think this shit because they don't have an original voice. They're watching what everybody else is saying, which is all rooted in one place, and it's documented. So they're watching what everybody else is saying, and they're just saying the same shit because they got nothing original and they don't know what to say. This is what losers do. I know I've been in arguments with losers. It's not fun. But what they do is they keep spinning shit, right? They keep shifting because if you dunk on them here or put up a wall here, they don't know where to go. So they have to immediately change the subject. That's what was happening on that show. So it's like, let me open mic it and workshop it and get comfortable dunking even harder. You see what I'm saying? Like, you think I'm like going on that show thinking I'm getting some kind of big break or something? I think I'm not that stupid. I think I've made mistakes. But I think I'm not that fucking delusional. So that's the thing, is they try to, and this is life. It's a really good parallel to life because I'll pull up something here. And this is what's so wonderful about this, is because when you're finding your voice. By the way, I'm not hearing these tips. So I haven't had it on the screen. So I'm not hearing these tips. So I don't know how many of these tips have come in. I don't know what's going on with the vault. I can hear like that the stream is working, but I'm not here. I didn't get any notifications. So I'll probably have to do some refunds. But so the one that's up right now, I see. Okay. Unless this is the first one. So I just did hear a notification. Maybe this is the first one. Fernum S3J tipped $4. Keep it going, girl. So this is probably a female. I don't know. Don't worry about these humps. You guys know what's up. And JMO is a complete loser. I don't know if JMO is a complete loser, but he definitely right now has a complete loser mentality going through life. And I don't know what his personal. I just want it because it's okay. So Sage Retard tipped $4. You don't deserve our sweet baby boy Karmic. Your narrative is fucked. Something better than FG. I don't know can't wait for the Dateline special. Hi Doom. That's fun. That's a fun chat. I need a notebook because I'm losing track of what I was saying, but no, that's the thing, is I do deserve somebody who's sweet after everything I've been through. I really do. And I think that I picked a really good person to hang out with right now. So I think I did a good job in the picking of things. Now, it's not perfect. Nobody is, right? But I'm pretty sure he's not going to hit me. So that's cool. And yeah, there's a lot of guys out there who won't hit me. But like, I gotta be super careful, because when you're in an abusive relationship, one of the things that happens is the person will like absolutely mind control you to the point where you no longer trust your own instincts, and that's what therapy's for. So it's part of what therapy's for. So I need a corrective experience. I need something that's gonna really show me in a firsthand, up close, in your face way that's not going to happen again. I mean, like that. It's absolutely possible that it's going to happen again if I continue to pick like terrible people, but I need a corrective experience, and who better than someone who's a sweet baby boy, right? So yeah, I do deserve that. I didn't deserve what happened before. So your narrative is fucked. Well, it's like all backed up. So that's the thing. It's not fucked. It's all backed up. You can think that way all you want. It's probably fun. It's more fun that way, maybe for somebody like you who really wants it to be a certain way. But that's cool, man. Enjoy yourself with the narrative. It doesn't change a damn thing in my personal life. It really doesn't. So I don't know what's X'd out right there. I don't know what's censored right there. Can't wait for the Dateline special, which I guess is implying that there's going to be some kind of. So okay, so I think I did miss one of them. And I'm unable to see. I guess I missed the first tip. I guess I have to. No, I don't have to be on this screen. Now it's just a bunch of tech talk, but I didn't get, unless there's another one coming. Maybe there's another one coming after this and it's just timed out to where it's hanging on up there a little longer than usual. There's that. There's that. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there's another one coming behind this. So where was I until that one pops in? Oh, in the first one, I should have spent more time on the first one. I apologize. I can't even remember what it said. And I can't, there's no way for me to pull it back up. So this will all be adjusted, later. Can't adjust it on the fly. Can't adjust it once I'm live. The Streamlabs, which if anybody wants to send anything in, it's right there is the link, Streamlabs. It's also pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. So, oh, okay. So JMO's trying to tell me, no, this is, that's what I was doing. I was pulling this up. And it's perfect. It's wonderful. It is a poem. So it's automatically gay, right? To a lot of people. And there's a part of this poem, it's called Desiderata, and it's great. It's like everybody should know this poem. It's perfect. It's like something that, it's like much philosophy, and many, many quotes from very successful, intelligent people, creative people who, you can read and not feel so alone whenever you're going through hell, because life is mainly suffering and you have to be ready for it. And part of dealing with that is understanding that you're not alone. So there's this poem is called Desiderata. And I don't want to read the whole thing, but like, I don't know. I do want to find like a part in here. But it's like these little, these little sections, and it's all so that's the third one that came in.
How much of any of this do you take personally, knowing everything in this verse is for the content and is basically a knockoff WWE where your reaction is what they're all after? I say lean into it.
I'm definitely not going to be leaning into it because I don't want to live a life like that. And me personally, I don't have a great time handling stuff like that. I can handle other forms of stress and pressure in like the stand-up comedy world, but like I don't think it's very healthy for somebody. I mean, Kevin Brennan it's great. He's got it's important to have a life outside of it for sure that balances all of it out, and it's important to have something meaningful and fulfilling to visit when you're done. So I'm sure he has become pretty good at compartmentalizing, but he also has the temperament for it. And I don't think that I'm having trouble seeing what that name is. Gavin House. Okay, it's a little cut off. There. Yep. Gavin House. Thank you for the $5. So how much of it do I take personally? Well, the stuff that from everybody else who I never was in a relationship with and didn't live with, I don't take personally because it's impossible to. Those people don't know me. Now, the person who should have known me because they should have been present in a relationship, but they couldn't have been because they were a substance abuser who was possibly also hiding relapses. They claim to have insight that they don't really have, because when you're on drugs, you're not there. It doesn't fucking matter if it doesn't even matter if it's the mildest drug possible, which I guess would be weed. Yeah, I think weed is milder than certain prescriptions. Those people are not there. They're not there. They're gone. I've been around it and it's horrendous. Drugs are fucking horrendous. And so that person was basically gone the whole time. They never really got to know me, and the version of me that they were seeing when they did see it was a version of me that was being cheated on and lied to and abused. So I take Well, I used to take that stuff more personally because it was personal. It was just like, what the fuck? But then as things unfold and you start to understand, you start to get a much larger perspective of this person and the way they interact with everybody. It is easier to take it less personally because you go, oh, they have a problem. There's something wrong there. And they can tell you that it was your fault all they want. It's not true. There's no justification for hitting people unless it's self-defense. I mean, that's it. That's why there's a law for that. And there's also, that's also the reason why judges do exist. Judges, lawyers, police officers, and people within those professions can also be wrong and corrupt. But they exist for a reason. It's because people can't self-police. People are delusional sometimes. People are in denial sometimes. So I guess I can get back on this roll because I don't have any more Streamlabs at the moment that are in the queue. So there's this poem, Desiderata, and there's one part of it I'm still looking for. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Heroism. There's something else. I think I. So that's one poem. Let me quickly. Yeah. So Desiderata, look that up. It's great. It's great if you feel lost in life. It's great because people will fuck with you. That was my point. People will fuck with you. Their mentality will fuck with yours, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally. You have to really know yourself. You have to have a really good internal compass. You have to have a great value system. And that's what I abide by, is like a good value system and morals. And anytime that I veer from that, I do feel like there's immediate, almost if there's an immediate consequence that I feel from it, and it keeps me back on track. And I also have a conscience, which not everybody has. The most extreme form of a disordered person does not have a conscience. They don't have empathy or remorse. And that's difficult for me to understand, as it should be, because I don't relate to it whatsoever. And I actually don't even see a person like that as human, because what separates us from everything else if it isn't, a conscience and being human, or I mean, a conscience and empathy and empathy. Yeah. So I think it's very important. I think empathy is very important in order to be considered human. This is not.
Hope you are well.
Well, thank you. Let me click back over to see who wrote that in. I'm sure it's and Quenchable Fire says, hope you're well. $10. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Very appreciated. And I am well. I am well. Oh, okay. The poem I was thinking of is actually from Kipling, and it's called If. And so that's the one. Desiderata is a good one, but this one's even better. And it's painting. It all goes together with a bigger point. So if, this is kind of long as well, but The way that it starts is if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. It's like right out of the gate. That's fucking what's the word? Relatable. This happens to literally every single person. If you feel like this is happening to you and you're the only one it's happening to, it's not. Because this is people. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, and you can literally apply that to almost every situation. So if you can, yeah, pretty much exactly what it says. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, which is what I try to do. Like if somebody doesn't understand what's going on, I understand that they don't know what's going on. Because I have a different perspective. I have a larger perspective of I just have more information, and I also have a lived experience that they don't have. So I make allowance for their doubting, but they're wrong. It doesn't make them right. And if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, that's pretty good. Now, if you're on drugs and you're reading this, you shouldn't just be on drugs. This is all just going to like appeal to somebody's ego. You have to have humility for this to make any sense as well. You have to have pain and suffering and humility. You can't just be 100% fucking ego. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. So it's like, literally, this is what happens. This is just fucking life. This is fucking people. And it's, I guess having this perspective and knowing, there are other people out there who've noticed this shit, and that's the whole fucking point of philosophy. The whole point is like, how do you get through life? How do you go through life and survive it and hopefully do it successfully and get to a point where you have meaning? You're doing something that has meaning and that is fulfilling you, because happiness is not going to last. Happiness comes and goes. That's like a day in, day out thing. Maybe it's a like moment to moment even, right? Even a person's level of consciousness changes throughout the day. People go through moods or whatever, things change. But meaning, if you can like have that and fixate on that and have that be a goal, it's way better than just having a goal to be happy. So I think that somebody, I don't know. It's just like sometimes it's just not my form of entertainment. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with being completely separate about it and trying to go about it in a different way, which could possibly mean that I just don't belong in the community because I don't fall into that style. But I mean, don't you need some variety? If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. Come on. Everybody's been through that. Maybe not to the extent that I've been through it, but everybody's been through that. Everybody's had people lie about them, lie about their character, malign their character, and it sucks and it's tough. And it makes you feel like it makes you like feel this need to try to control the situation, but you can't control the situation because you can't control what other people do. So if I want to go on a stream and somebody's demanding an answer from me that's already fucking out there, and I decide not to answer, I'm allowed to do that. Does that make me look bad? Who does that make me look bad to? Who? No, we demand answers. Well, fuck you. How about that? How about how much more do you want? We were live streaming from a fucking hotel room for 4 days. We talked about our sex lives. Literally, now you're asking, are you in a relationship? That's what everything else is out there. How much do you want? You're not owed anything else. Right? If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. That's exactly what manipulators do. It's created a trap, and all of these fucking fools are falling into it. And I don't care if they're fools intentionally, if they're what is that called? Like willfully ignorant. If they're willfully ignorant or if they're just literally dumb, they're still fools either way. And they're wasting their money. They're just wasting their money because they're emotionally attached to like some kind of an outcome. And what it is really is it's like an outlet for people to hate. It's an outlet for people, specifically hate on women. And there are a lot of people who hate other women. It's weird. I don't get it, but like, yeah, I don't get it when men hate women either, but I understand some men are sick of women because they've either been around women who are really terrible people, actually terrible people who have hurt them very badly, or they've been around women who are just like so far out of their league that they can't stack up, and then that makes them bitter toward women as well. They just continuously get rejected, and they can't look at themselves and go, what the fuck am I doing to continuously get rejected? It must be women. I fucking hate women. Like I will never be a woman who wasn't hit by a man, and I don't hate men. So it's an outlet for them, and you just have to accept it. Like that's a thing that happens in life. People hate women. That's a thing that is allowed to happen, and that's a great fucking support group over there at the Dixon camp for it. You know, it's just that it's not really based in anything that actually happened, because that's a person like the people I just described. They don't get the job done in any facet of life. And they want to take that out on the women they choose. It's like, okay, if that's what you think happened, go with that. And then the other people conglomerating there, it's like, just because there's a conglomeration doesn't make it a group of smart individuals. It doesn't make it a group of smart individuals. Usually a conglomeration is filled with idiots because smart people don't really tend to conglomerate that much. Nice podcast, stupid. $4. Hey, Felicia, you're looking amazing again tonight. Now that you are doing other shows, can't wait to have you on to bash Taz and Pat. I believe you 100%. When can we make this happen? One other question. What's your idea of a romantic first date? Thanks, Dan. I'm not doing your show. I already said it, and I'm probably just going to refund this shit because I'm quite frankly sick of hearing from you. Because yeah, you're just trolling. It's like, whatever, dude. I get it. And you're part of it. You're part of this bullshit. You're dumb. A romantic first date is like, it depends. If you're talking to the person for a long time before your first date, I don't know. I feel like a first date should be coffee. I think it should be very low maintenance and not that committed, because men complain, they spend all this money on a first date and then they never hear from the woman again. And that's like something women do intentionally, is they actually use dating to get free shit. And so I don't think that's fair to men. So I think you should just like go out to something that, is affordable. If you're not somebody who makes a ton of money, just go out for coffee or tea, or and I think a walk is a good thing because because you can walk with a to-go coffee or tea and get to talk and get to know each other, and it's not awkward because it's not face to face and you're not trapped in this place. So go, and if it's like bad weather, then I guess I don't know. But I think it should be short. I think it should be very short unless it goes well. But I think you should put a time limit on it anyway, because you don't want that person to abuse your time later on. You don't want to seem like, oh, no, you can take up all my time. But yeah, I think like 1 hour or whatever, 30 minutes to an hour for coffee or tea. And that's not romantic, but it's like, it's not really supposed to be. It's a first date. It's a fucking job interview. If you're serious about being with somebody and you want something serious, you need to be interviewing them. And but like, if you're just out there fucking around, if you're on Tinder or something, I don't know, do whatever the hell you want. Do whatever the hell you want. This thing is not working with my hair, but that's fine. Yeah, so that's it. Look up the poem If by Kipling, and you'll see a lot of good stuff in there as well.
Deptus became a YouTube member.
This is probably, yeah, as I figured it wouldn't be on there anymore because I've been talking for a while. But if I can see where the timestamp 120. I think I kind of already addressed everything though. And then anytime, yeah, this is why it's important to take notes, I guess. Oh, Patreon. So I'm not signed into Patreon on this PC. I don't even know if I know my Patreon info, to be honest. But I'm gonna try it because I think there are some other things. Oh yeah, he's like grilling Karmics about me as if Karmic has any ownership over what I do or something like that. It's weird. It's like, why don't you send me the link and give it to me? Dish some out over here. Why can't you do that? Let's see. I want to make sure that my login information is coming up on the screen. Okay, it's not. Oh, no, that's not it. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not even looking at the fucking free chat. I guess I don't need to, but let's see if there's anything in there that could possibly need blocked. I had somebody send me a DM on Twitter today that said, quit hurting Karmic. Quit hurting Karmic. Now, I'm sure these people are just having a good time, but some of them are taking it very seriously. And that's the thing is J-Mo is saying that Karmic is not being performative. J-Mo is not being performative. J-Mo is absolutely like very upset with me. He's upset or at me. Now, I know it has nothing to do with me because he doesn't know me. He also doesn't know the situation. So, yeah, that poem If by Kipling and Desiderata, those are good poems to read whenever these situations happen. Because I have a man, I didn't mean it like that. I have a person in front of me who's telling me, no, this is how it is. And it's like, that's literally not how it is. That's literally not my lived experience that is happening right now. And why are you trying to force me to live in your reality that I know is not true? I know for a fact it isn't true. I'm literally one of two people. I'm the only one of two people who know it isn't true. And you're telling me to my face what to think and believe? That is asinine. Like that's some of the most arrogant shit ever. To be telling somebody what's going on with them in their life. It's retarded. So why would I then, if I'm like trying to speak over that person when they speak over me because they wouldn't let me finish, they're not trying to have that. They're not trying to have a conversation. They're trying to have fireworks. And I'm like, this isn't worthy of fireworks. It's literally, I can sit here and not answer your shit and be fine. And then what happens is that people go, oh, it looks real bad because she won't even say. It's like, it doesn't look bad. What would look bad is if my personal life were shit. That would look bad. And it's not. How does it affect me to not answer a question, to not reiterate information that's already out there? How does that make me look bad? No, you just want me to look bad. You want me to look bad because you just don't like me for whatever reason. There is no fucking reason. You just don't like me. You never met me. You don't know me in real life. You don't like how I come across online, I guess. You don't like something about me. There's people who they don't know. They fucking hate her. She's this and she's that. It's like I represent something to these people that I have no idea what the fuck it is. And why should I care? Like, why would I waste my time even trying to figure that out anymore? When it's like I've already been through this shit and people are like, you're not over it. It's like, are you saying that to the guy who's literally not over it? Are you saying that to him? No, you're not. You're not, are you? So, Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid tips another $4. And he said, "Hey, Felicia, I get it. Maybe you can do my show down the road. Door is always open. Hey, can you address the JMO situation?" So that's clearly a troll, right? Because I literally, that's what I've been doing this whole show. Not specifically that, but within, yeah, I've addressed it. He asked some great questions. Are you in a relationship with Karmic? Love If by Kipling, by the way. Do you dig Shakespeare's sonnets? Okay. Yeah, it's been addressed. It's been addressed. It's been addressed repeatedly. So there's that, and there's that. Thank you for the $4. I wish you would quit wasting money. Let me get this off the screen. Which is it? It is this. Got it. And then I'm going to do this again. Even though it's like, now I get it. People get on here and say this shit and then they run out of steam. There. Literally, that is the thing. Like Doom is yeah, I can't log in. But literally this clipper Doom, it's so funny. I feel like people do that. They do. It's a control thing. They get a kick out of it. And it's fine because it's like, if any of this were real, like in like an actual courtroom with judges and shit and like actual, none of it would be thrown out in a minute. Like it would be like, what the fuck is this? It's so easy. The clickbait headline is Felicia announces a breakup with Karmic on this show. And it's like, it's not even fucking close to happening. What happened? It's not even close to what happened. But people are like, oh my God. And then you put that headline in their minds. It's like, how dumb are these people? You put a headline in their minds and then they read the article and then they read the article through this filter of the headline. How much control do you need to have in life to be doing this for fun? Ugh, it's kind of disgusting. But it's a thing, right? It's a thing. It's an industry. It's a whole thing. People do it all the time. I literally talked to Karmic on the phone last night for 4.5 hours. So, and it was great. And it didn't even feel like 4.5 hours. It was really good. So, let me see how long I've been on. Okay, so I've done an hour and I don't want to do any more. And I can't log into my Patreon. So I feel like I addressed everything. And I feel like, yeah, the word narrative isn't suspect at all because that's literally exactly what it is. It's a narrative that's stemmed and it is rooted. And there's like fucking evidence to back that up. I've been paying attention. I guess you guys haven't. I guess you haven't. And then you think that because I haven't, you can convince me otherwise of like what's actually going on or what actually has happened. And it's not. That's like I've already literally been in that situation with a person who was doing like a mind fuck with me in real life every day, day to day. Do I have a history? Do I have a history of like blowing up relationships after like a very short amount of time? No, I don't. Does this person? Yes, they do. Do I have a history of like blowing up work relations? No, I don't. Do they? Yes, they do. Oh, fuck yes, they do. There's so many things that I've said this before. There's so many things that I could be like, this alone is a big red flag. This alone is a big red. Add up all the this alones and you have a disordered, mentally unhinged person. That's it. That's what it is. But this is exactly what happened with Gino Bisconte too. People were so mad at Gino because Gino got punched in the face and he was pissed about that, which is like valid, right? I think that's valid. especially when there's really no reason for it to happen. And it was like a sucker punch as well, which is a bitch move. So like Gino goes on his show and he's furious. And it's like, it's never a good look for anybody to be furious, right? Because people go, oh, you're insane, and you automatically lose credibility. But like, that's Gino's style. He went on his show, he was furious, and people, the juxtaposition of Pat Dixon being like so calm and cool and collected and like, what did I even do? It's like, people are so fucking dumb that they go, oh, well, Pat's clearly the more level-headed person, and he is 100% the fucking opposite of level-headed. His eyebrows don't even match up. All right. Stop talking about it. But you're all the same people who are watching him literally talk about me. So aren't you a little bit like hypocritical when you say that to me? Why do you feel the need to shut me up about a situation that I went through that was my real life? The shit that he's saying about me, that's not real life. It didn't actually happen. It's like so beyond insane. And why? Like, why are you like, we're sick? You're not saying the same thing to him. You're not. I'm not seeing it. Why do people want to silence me? Why? Because you just don't like my personality? You think I'm like obnoxious or something? I don't know what to tell you. There are obnoxious people out there. I'm sorry that I come across that way, but it doesn't mean that you can just be like, shut the fuck up and move on. Tell him to shut the fuck up and move on. You doing that? If you're doing it to me, why aren't you doing it to him? Oh, I think I know why. I think it's because you're a little biased. I think it's a little biased in the gender department there. But yeah, I can't log into Patreon. I think that's it. And I think that I think I said everything that I wanted to say.